All right, Shalom. For the first one, give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakah, Kodash, Bakathum. The honor to the apostles of the early great millstone, and to our occupants across the globe. Teach the word of truth and sincerity, want to say Shalom. This is Diane now from the Great Millstone Campus, Chicago. And I'm spending time out in Arizona. Lord, when I can hook up with the Phoenix brethren, sometime while I'm here. Just like I do when I want to, whenever I go out of state, I like to get the scenery and get a feel for the area and the environment. And I'm coming out the apartment today, and I'm walking down, getting ready to walk on the trail that you see me on. And the little girl asked, "Can I talk to you?" The little Edomite girl, appears to be Edomite. I'm like, "Sure, we're not rude." And she says, "There's a mountain lion over there with cubs. Don't go across the street." And brothers who know me, they know I like the outdoors. They know that I'm a nature kind of guy. And I'm like, "Oh, wow." And I want to see, but then, of course, it's a mountain lion. You don't want to be tempting any animal with their cubs, But I just thought I'd share that. But, it's a very beautiful place here. It just brings me to the Lord's creation and how beautiful it is. When I get a picture of these mountains. But anyway, I listened to Elder Damashapat's video this morning about Charleston White, and I'm not going to bring out any scriptures. I'm going to quote him. Roland says, so what if they don't believe, that doesn't make the word of the Most High have none effect, and it doesn't, man. All right? Putting your head up on the cover from the boogeyman ain't going to stop it from coming. All right? And that's where we're at, man. People deny the Lord. They're denying His word. All right, they're denying the prophecies. And that doesn't stop the Lord's word from coming out. All right, it doesn't stop the fact that what He says is going to come true. And they can scoff. You see, look at the mountains. They can scoff all they want. They can talk shit, but guess what? In Ecclesiastes, it says that enjoy the days of your youth because you're going to surely pay for them, roughly paraphrasing, man. And hey, every idle word you're going to get judged by. Every action that you do has a consequence to it. All right? And that's why us as men of the Lord are very careful in choosing our words and choosing what to say, when to say it, how to say it, because we don't want to offend. All right? And there have been many examples of men who walked in this truth, walked in this faith, who have offended the Lord, who offended the Lord and are no longer with us, man. All right? And we have to take account of that, man. The Lord is not playing around. This is not a joke. And this is something that is a matter of life and death. Okay? And when we're in the eyes of the Lord, He's watching our maneuvers. He's watching the things that we do. The angels are watching, taking notes. All right? We got to be very mindful of our actions, man. And the scripture says the Lord will not be mocked whatsoever, man. With a man's sword, that shall he also reap. All right? So if you plow iniquity, you're going to reap the same. And like the elder said, if we were to say those things that Charleston White has said about raping white women and doing these type of things and all that, our page would have been shut down immediately. Immediately. All right? Which just goes to show that he's on the inside. He's not really about that. All right? He can sit there and say what he's done for the community and all those things, but in all actuality, he's in bed with them, man. He's bragging about how much he makes, $20,000 a week or whatever. See, those are numbers of paid agents, man. All right, And this guy's nothing but he's a cage rattler. All right, he's an empty garbage can. You know, they say the empty garbage can makes the most noise. You know, and this guy had had nothing but stir up ruckus. Although, you know, I used to fuck with him. You know, but once you start talking about he's not a Hebrew or whatever the Hebrews done, well, the fact that he's speaking on the behalf of Kyrie Irving and stuff like that, talking about how he's standing up to the powers to be and all that. Well, how Kyrie Irving is ascribing to him being an Israelite. And if that's the case, he had to use the platform to wake up. Well, not to wake up, but to address. Look at this tree. To address a nationality that's been bestowed upon us by Yahweh Shai. And waking up a lot of people. It has motivated people to do research and to think. Okay. So when you say here and say that Hebrews haven't done anything, that's a false statement. All right. So we have never killed anybody, nothing like that. Well, this ain't the time for that. Ecclesiastes said there's a time to kill. All right. A time to heal. Time for war and a time for peace. All right. And right now we're gonna be right now there's not the time to go around executing judgment. All right, which totally shows you he does not have any understanding about what it means to be an Israelite or about the scriptures. Okay, and you know, and if you just knew your history, right, you know that we had these other nations in captivity, in subjection. All right, so you sitting there making false statements about what we haven't done. What have you done? You see? Or make a fool out of yourself. You know, and then he constantly cuts himself, you know, he's very hypocritical. He goes around saber rattling, and then when he gets called out on it, you want to call the police. You see? Hey, that's a bitch move, man. Hey, that's what Esau does. He starts all this shit, then he runs to the authority. And you gotta watch out for rattlesnakes. It's a little too cold for them to be up right now, but they say watch for rattlesnakes out here, so. But yeah, you know, but you gotta look at the you have to look at the totality of the message that this guy is giving, man. All right, he's been raised by women, old southern ass nigger women. You see, and that's what he acts like, a loudmouth, small framed, effeminate woman, man. All right. The scripture said, show yourself to be men. All right, the leaders of my flock are men. Men don't go around being provocateurs, being antagonizers of other men. Then when you confront it, you want to hide behind the authority, man. You see? He brags about how he got people locked up. Don't get me wrong, these motherfuckers wicked as hell. All right, but at the same time, all right, let the Lord deal with it. You know? Let the Lord deal with these people, man. And you're out here trying to execute judgment and justice, and that ain't your fucking lot, man. All right? You know, we had many examples of men who have mocked the Lord. You know, you got Comfy, and I definitely remember the incident of Mike Epps and his clown walking around in Israelite garments. All right, I forgot where they went. But they were scoffing the Lord. You know, they were mocking our dress. You know, the way we dress, which is our garments down to the foot. You know, which we were ordered to wear. You know, which is part of our tradition, part of our custom, which he's nowhere aware of, man. You know, just that those men who have mocked the Lord, all right, all have faced a horrible death, man, a horrible judgment. You know, and it's not going to be over with. The Lord is going to send these death angels out on these people, man. As they're going to execute the full wrath of Yahweh Shai for those who came against them, man. You know, you could say it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power, man. And I remember that Boosie situation as well, man. All right, how you was hospitalized. All right, how you was afraid you're gonna lose his life. You know, talking about, I ain't gonna say it, but talking about F the Lord and all the other things, And look at him now, man. He got some dark circles around his eyes, which is a sign of kidney failure.